The Bear and the Two Friends. Once upon a time, there were two best friends named Tim and Leo, who lived in a small village surrounded by thick forests and beautiful meadows. They were known for their close friendship and often went on adventures together. They loved exploring the wild and learning about the animals that lived in the woods. One day, as they walked through the forest, they encountered a mighty bear. The bear had been prowling through the trees, looking for food. As soon as the bear saw the two friends, it growled deeply and began to charge toward them. Tim, who was quick on his feet, immediately took off running. He dashed through the trees, his heart pounding in his chest. But Leo, a little slower, was frozen with fear. The bear was much too close, and there was no way he could outrun it. "Help! Help!" Leo cried, looking desperately at Tim as the bear got closer. But Tim didn't stop. He kept running as fast as he could, not looking back. In his panic, he had forgotten about his friend. Leo watched helplessly as the bear continued its approach. Then, in a sudden flash of instinct, Leo remembered a story his grandfather had once told him. The story was about how a bear would not harm someone who remained still and played dead. With no time to think, Leo dropped to the ground, lying as still as possible, hoping the bear would lose interest and leave him alone. The bear approached, sniffing the air. It sniffed Leo's face, and Leo held his breath, trying not to move. After a long moment, the bear grunted and ambled away, leaving Leo behind, his heart still racing. Meanwhile, Tim had reached a safe spot high up in a tree. He paused to catch his breath, realizing what he had done. He had abandoned his friend in his moment of fear. His conscience started to weigh heavily on him as he heard the bear's retreating footsteps. He felt ashamed for leaving Leo behind and decided to go back to check on him. When Tim climbed down from the tree and ran back through the woods, he found Leo still lying motionless on the ground. Tim approached him carefully, calling his name softly. "Leo, are you all right?" Leo slowly got up and smiled weakly. "I'm fine, Tim. The bear didn't harm me. I remembered to play dead, like my grandfather had told me." Tim sighed with relief but also felt guilty for not helping Leo sooner. "I'm so sorry, Leo. I panicked and I ran away, leaving you behind. You were in danger, and I should have been there to help you." Leo looked at his friend and put a hand on his shoulder. "It's okay, Tim. I know you were scared, but in the end you came back to help me, and that's what matters. I understand why you ran, but true friendship means standing by each other, even when things are tough." Tim nodded, feeling deeply thankful for Leo's understanding. "You're right, Leo. I learned a valuable lesson today. When it comes to friendship, we have to stick together no matter the situation." And from that day on, Tim and Leo became even closer. They continued their adventures, but now, they knew that the strength of their friendship meant standing by one another, no matter how frightening or difficult the situation might be. The end. Moral of the story. The Bear and the Two Friends teaches us that true friendship is about being there for each other, especially in times of danger or difficulty. It also reminds us that fear can sometimes lead to mistakes, but it's important to recognize and learn from them. True friends stand by one another, no matter what challenges arise.